you've done anything on my fucking floor, I'm gonna belt your ass.
Nothing's on your floor.
You can see why. It's not a single use, but by having it in a shady place, it means that the compost doesn't actually rot down so quickly. So this is away from the patio area, so there won't be the smell. But also the sunrise is over there, so it'll get nice and warm.
Get out.
So it'll make everything rot down much more.
Get out. Get out. Get out.
Kitchen. Get her in the kitchen.
When it comes to the vegetable spreading compost on your garden is a great way to add nutrients to the soil, retain moisture, and to better weed.
He threw a tantrum because he couldn't get out popcorn, and Baylor wouldn't stop screeching. Apparently.
And while the boys
I don't know if you saw her
posts,
or if he's just saying that she was in his room.
the Rich brothers are using
Can I kick him outside?
time for the day.
Oh, don't kick him out.
He's outside, the kids do outside.
It's a lot cheaper than imported hardwood
I was
alternatives.
outside last night, chilling on the floor in the ginnel. Right, yeah.
And as you can see, it's quite a large open space.
Where you big boy? Get out!
Point of reference.
Get out, because I've got to check my rubber now.
Chosen to put this birch tree, and that's going to link with the other birch trees in the rest of the garden.
You know they were in the
Lovely
cupboard.
feature. And a bit of planting, it's really going to connect this whole
The
space
top
together.
cupboard. I saw one jump out of the cupboard. It was in the. They were in the dark. They were in the kitchen. They jumped down from the. I don't know what they were doing in there or how they got in there.
Meanwhile, Charlie is
One
powering
jumped
on
out
with the
of the
chicken run.
cupboard.
Catch it in the cupboard.
Really just keep the chickens
No, top cupboard.
I
don't know.
When you're keeping
I
chickens,
turned on the light and it
you need
jumped
to
down
protect
from the
them, so you
cupboard.
need to keep them in.
They're wide open. I don't know if they were wide open.
Things
Yeah,
like
that's it.
like foxes.
I bought
You've
two.
got a good hutch, which the cable will have already got, so that we can remove that in here. And at night time, you need to put the chickens in and lock them away safe. Because also, you want to make sure they've got a raised up area to stop rats from getting in as well.
Wow!
With the concrete set, the boys are now ready to start putting the slats on their bespoke fence. And with such a big plot below, it's not just children's safety David is concerned about.
We're using lattice that's for two reasons. So we definitely want it to be structurally sound when we're attaching it. The thinner you go, the more risk you have of splitting the mat, so we don't want that. And then also, because it's high importance for us to be really safe, it's a big drop, we need to be really strong. So if someone was to fall into it, between the uprights, we need to make sure that these lats are going to hold them. All we've got to do now is cut the top of the post off. It's a lovely, clean, simple design that's going to let loads of light through.
Mum. Yeah. The person who made me popcorn.
Meanwhile, Charlie's looking at ways to greenify the new chicken run. Chickens were originally forest animals, and they are much happier with a few shrubs around.
Feed you.
But some plants are poisonous to them, and as chickens will pick and scratch at everything, plants need to be hardy as well.
So this is bottom is Gelder Rose, native to the UK, Europe and most of Asia. Has good yellow colour. Fruit on it as well in the autumn, which is all featured in little flash and love. And then in the sort of early summer, it has big white heads and flowers. So it's very attractive and really robust.
And with their new home nearly complete, it's time to move in.
Let me try to do it.
I didn't say anything.
She did. She actually blinked at me and went, yeah, that's the one. She did. She actually did tell me that shit really nice. We're going to apologise. Anglers.
So you've got to hold on to them because I'm not
just
taking
another
them off the tree.
Come on, you've done it to me how many times? Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have. You want to
Hey, Jill, you've got one that's a bit more radical.
Ooh, don't listen to Ed, mate.
Stop.
Yeah, take your time as well.
Oh my god! Shut your tag out! No. Down, yeah, your pants tag.
Higher, higher.
Always stressful moving home anyway.
So it's relocate Chuck. Oh, Chuck on in. Number one.
Fucking hell, I've got animals
Unite.
right there. Oh.
Meanwhile, then plant up round here.
With the chucks rehoused, David planted. An area for growing the shopping. And on the boy's design.
Broke my leg. Ow, he broke my leg.
I broke my leg. Ow, he broke my leg. Right, we're not having your ice cream then.
But ice cream helps
way.
You are not having your ice cream.
That's fine, because what we're going to do
Your ice cream that I bought.
ground to grow into. For this one we felt that one would be a bit of a trip out.
Whoa! Tickle, tickle, rabbit! Tickle, tickle, rabbit!
Meanwhile, Charlie completes the final section of planting in the chicken.
Girl, like your.
And then the last thing to go in, just over here,
that he's not
going
going
to
to
be the thyme and the lavender saved from the water there. And that will help
throwing a
stop
tantrum saying,
a lot
I'm
of the
starving,
flies
and I'm like, you're not.
congregate.
I'm dying to go.
That's what he said to me.
That's what he says to me. I go, you won't die.
Where?
Raised plant is complete. All
I
David
will
has to do is
die!
but with 3 designers on hand, it's easier said than done.
What do we think? Where do you reckon this one, Harry?
Touch
What does it look like, Hello?
This way a bit. A bit more.
Anything good on far away when I don't wear my glasses.
That's good, that's good.
As the ground needs to be prepped first, David sprays around the planters so he knows where to put them back. But the team's carpentry talent are needed again. The boys want to add a bespoke bench at the top end of the decking area.
Decided to bring stackable boards to the top of the bench. These aren't very cheap, they're about £15, £16.
I don't like how everything's already
But what they are, they're very durable, very tough, and it's going to make a great finish to the top of the bench.
With the bench top on, Harry just needs to sand it down.
Did you have
The sanding will not only make the timber smooth and more comfortable to sit on, it will also stop anyone from getting a nasty splinter.
Really simple structure for climbers. You could throw anything up here. If you're short on space, it's a great way to create a screen. We're going to throw pots up here because Will's really into his beer making and growing his own pots.
Put that back out there.
Perfect.
Charlie is keen to recycle Will's existing plant.
This is Will's hops. He was growing it in a container, which it'll do okay, but it'll be much happier, much easier to look after in the ground. It'll look after itself and he won't have to feed it. The great thing about hops is they're self-twining, so they'll just scrabble up the post. You buy hops at the garden centre, if it's not in a pot, it could just be a bare root, and it looks like a little wizened twig. Don't worry, grows like mad, it does really well. So this hops is well established. You can get a kilo of hops off of an established plant, which can make up to 400 pints of beer. So that should keep Will very busy.
But as well as keeping his family lubricated and well fed, the boys also want the garden to look stunning. And now the landscaping is in, it's time to place the feature trees. 4 large silver birch trees not only provide instant height to the structure, they also perfectly complement the brothers' design scheme.
Right, let's see what that looks like. Lovely. Gorgeous tree.
It's nice and feathered, isn't it?
Yeah, really nice and natural.
It'd be nice because it'll give it a little bit of dapple shade, but not actually dominating.
Now it's just the planting to go.
This is Millennia Transparent. It's beautiful grass. We're using it in this garden for a few reasons. So one of them is it holds its form late into the year. It's gorgeous for autumn feeding garden. It's got this lovely bronze colour And also, planting it close to the deck, you walk past it, you touch it. It's just a brilliant tactile plant.
And the Rich brothers haven't forgotten about Will's New Zealand heritage either.
When you think of New Zealand, you think of ferns, lush green countryside. Ferns normally like a nice moist situation, but lady fern is quite forgiving. You get it established, it will put up with slightly drier conditions. And depending on where you are in the UK, they'll be evergreen or semi-evergreen. These ones down here, because we're down south, will probably be semi-evergreen through the winter.
We want to keep the planting very naturalistic. So we've got a mix of structural grasses, soft perennials, and also fruit bushes. It's this mix that will really give them a sense of being in their own wilderness.
One of Will and Kate's main priorities for this garden was having somewhere to grow herbs and vegetables. So Charlie and David are planting up the new raised beds, and within a few months, there will be a bounty of produce.
Raised beds like this are great for growing vegetables in, and you can actually get a lot off of quite a small space. We've mixed in some herbs with the vegetables. Basically, herbs flower, so they attract lots of beneficial insects like hoverflies, which will eat the pests that you might get on your vegetables. I'm planting some broad beans here. I'm planting 2 at a time, so that if one doesn't germinate properly, the other one will.
The boys have designed their seating bench to double as a log store. This garden is nearly complete. Before the garden rescue team arrived, Will and Kate's garden was a cluttered mess. But most importantly, the unfenced wall was a potential death trap for their 2 young boys. It was a space that neither parents or children could enjoy. Now it's had a £2,500 makeover, and the Rich brothers have transformed the entire garden. They spent £260 to create a bespoke fence that made the garden safe, while also minimising light loss to the lounge below. And the 3 raised planters, which will provide the family with a bounty of fresh herbs and vegetables, were constructed for just £20 each. And for just £150, the boys have given the chickens a large new run, which should see them laying happily for many years to come. And to give the space a mix of fruits, ferns and wild flowers, the brothers spent a total of £900. And finally, the large deck area, made out of sustainable British timber, was constructed for £1,100. Will and Kate wanted an eco-friendly family garden.
And I'm going to come out here.
It's time to find out if the Rich brothers were up to the task.
Garden.
Wow! Oh my God!
That's a good reaction.
I'm loving that seat down the back as well.
Yeah?
That is perfect.
Oh, brilliant.
Wow. That's birch trees, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
We've got a fire going as well.
Yeah.
Very snugly with that fire going up on the deck.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow, look at that. I'm actually home for the chickens.
The fence is perfect.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. Robust enough that
Yeah,
you can walk
yeah, it's
about
so
on it.
good, yeah.
But it still see everything. Yeah, it's brilliant. Really, really good. Love
Awesome.
it.
Let's show you some more.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
And here we've got the little veg bed,
Yeah.
and then some herbs, and also we've got some broad beans in there as well.
Okay, fantastic.
Loads of produce, loads of things.
And that looks brilliant.
Yeah, so check that is the hops frame.
Cool.
Yeah.
So the hops will climb up the beam there, and then across, and then you have the lovely green wall.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
isn't it?
I'm just imagining the smell of hops in autumn.
So relaxed, are you, when you like, ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We'll take a seat, wait. Ah.
Lovely.
Yeah, how'd you feel?
Good. Tell me one thing wrong with this picture.
Yeah, that's great just having a vision of what this could become.
Yeah. Or is it like the visual? Is it kind of
100%.
sort of
Yeah.
nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Better.
Ah, there we are. Well, shall we see what the rest of the family think of it?
Plan.
Perfect.
Will and Kate have spent £2,500 to create a garden that would be great for the whole family.
It shows you with, not a vast amount of money how you can use very simple materials and make a huge difference to a garden.
We're certainly going to be inviting people here a lot more, I think, now. Definitely now we've got like a nice space where our kids can have a fun time, we can have a fun time, and everybody's safe. It's fantastic.
Cheers, everybody.
Thanks very much. Really hard work.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
It's our big new Sunday night drama starring Hugh Laurie, politics, power and intrigue. Roadkill, all episodes on iPlayer. Hey, talking of intrigue, how about chicken donuts? Tasty, deep fried and crunchy they are. New Nadia Bakes on BBC Two now. Here next, it's The Repair Shop. On the BBC Sounds app, what planet are we on? Liz Bonin meets Idris Elba to discuss food, farming and the impacts of climate change on poor rural communities in Africa.
Oh, yeah, it's
I believe that the kitchen can be both a sanctuary and a pleasure palace, and that's something I am more than happy to celebrate repeatedly. So, gorgeous. This is what cooking is all about.
Brand new Nigella's Cook, Eat, Repeat. Coming soon to BBC Two and iPlayer.
The Six Nations is back.
Off we go! Six Nations when you start again.
The Six Nations returns for the final matches. Live, 31st of October on BBC One and BBC iPlayer.
Our public information film from the UK government.
This is Bella, Lily, Nicola, Ayla, my son, my girlfriend.
My husband, my wife to be. He was a miracle.
My heartbeat. We're going out for 2 years.
Is it here to my throne?
He just grew on me.
My life.
Why don't you have a picture of me?
Just the way that she says things are funny.
She's amazing.
Everyone you love is on your phone.
He's just been there for every pivotal moment of my life.
Now, so is the app that helps protect them from coronavirus. Protect your loved ones. Get the app.
That was a public information film from the UK government. Now BBC One, feel the emotion, admire the craft.
Repair Shop. We're much loved by broken treasures. This is amazing. It's absolutely brilliant. Brought back to life.
This is why I do what I do. It is so thrilling.
Furniture restorer Jay Blades.
It's so nice that we can be part of that history to just keep things going.
And a dream team of some of the country's most skilled craftspeople.
It's just nice to be working on a little piece of history.
Like looking into Tutankhamun's tomb.
Bring their talents to bear on cherished heirlooms.
A perfect fit.
Look at that. I'm liking what I see. Yeah.
It's terrific.
Your beauty.
Utilising expertise passed down the generations.
What did teach you how to do with your facade?
To transform worn but priceless pieces of family history. The Repair Shop team will resurrect the items, the memories,
I'm gonna have to hug you.
and the stories behind them.
How on earth? My goodness. Oh my goodness. This is a very emotional job, but incredibly worthwhile.
How's you got that?
Fucking up.
Dick, you got me a new hair, lad.
Why does everyone hate him? You hate him,
In the Repair Shop today, history brought to life in a quartet of extraordinary objects. A cherished symbol of a wartime love story.
I can feel the memory she feels from it. The scissor marks are still on the photograph from whoever cut them and put them in the knockers.
a pair of flying canine mascots on their wings back.
That sweet little face. Can you imagine him sat in front of that microphone?
And a weird and wonderful timepiece stops clock guru Steve in his tracks.
When I pick it up, should tick and move around, and it's not.
I was saying you were getting stressed out.
At first, Jamie Woods is hoping the repair shop upholsterer Sonas Norenbari can revamp a family treasure with an intriguing history.
Why are you here? There's no more food.
You must be Jamie.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
I'm Jamie.
Hi, Sonas. Nice to meet you.
So now you're here, we can have a look at this, can't we?
Yes.
Okay.
So, this is my old theatre chair.
How long have you had this?
My parents bought it about 20 years ago from a car boot sale, and it's always been in bits.
So their intentions was to do what? What were they going to do?
They wanted to do it up and use it.
Okay.
Themselves?
Yeah. I just didn't get around to doing it. 4 kids and never.
They've been busy parents.
They never had the chance yet, so I've taken it on.
So what are your memories of this as a child?
It was always stuck up in the corner of our attic, but we were never allowed to sit on it, which I think kind of made me more interested in it and wanted to sit in it, just I think because I wasn't
Because you
allowed.
can't.
Yeah, exactly. I'd love to use it, if possible, as a chair. I've got a studio, I'm a photographer, and I'd love to use it there if possible.
So then this is what this got anything to do with the chair?
Yeah, so
Dude, are you serious to that week? Really?
I'm assuming this is
Right, well, no phones, no nothing, you're doing muscle that up, mate.
these in the back.
I'm not even taking a piss, mate.
From Derby, so I think that's where the chair is from.
Saying that's a theatre chair, in my mind, sprung images of
Push it down if you have to push it down so far and your phone will pop out the side of it. Yes, you will.
It was used as a sofa, and then it's in a bingo hall.
The bingo hall as well.
It's closed down permanently now, and I think they're demolishing it. So,
shame.
Yeah.
It'd be quite nice to have something, maybe a bit of the hippodrome.
Exactly, yeah.
So, in your mind's eye, how do you see this being restored?
I like the fabric, and I'm open to whatever you guys want to do to it, to be honest.
And, well, and missing an arm.
Yeah, missing an armrest as well. Yeah, I'm on the spot.
And the metalwork, it looks as though there was some gold spray or colour on here.
Yeah, I'd love to see it kind of as authentic as possible.
Joe, you're allowing us to have freedom or creative freedom on this film, yeah?
Yeah, go for it.
Leave it with us.
Thank
we'll
you
get
very
it sorted.
much. Yeah,
Okay?
I look forward to see it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Fascinating.
I'm feeling mixed emotions about leaving the chair behind, but I know Sona's is going to do a great job. I've always really loved the chair, and I've seen it for 20 odd years and never been able to sit in it, so the possibility of it getting made up again into a real chair is so exciting to me.
And that is nice, isn't it?
Lovely.
You like this chair, don't you?
I do really like this chair. Yeah, I can't stop touching the velvet. But I like the story. I like the fact that there's these old tickets in the back.
It hasn't been recovered before, has it?
No.
So yeah, it's all original.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So I'll be the first person to reupholster it, which is really nice.
But before Sonas can begin work on the upholstery, the chair needs to be deconstructed. So Jay's calling on metal expert Dominic Chinea.
What have you got there?
Right, these belong to Jamie. This is...
This is for the legs for it.
Yeah, this is the legs and also the rest for the back. Seeing as you're such a wizard with the metal, I wanted you to deal with this.
I mean, I don't know if that's going to clean up.
Whatever you suggest.
The repaint.
I would like it to be like
shiny.
Yeah, because if that's going to go new,
fine.
Why not?
Leave it with me. No problem.
Yeah. Thanks, John. All right, mate.
Thanks
Take
a lot.
care.
As the theatre chair gets ready for its encore, the next visitors are due at the bar. Sisters Susie and Kasia are here to see the Bear Ladies, Amanda and Julie, with their own double act.
Hi. Lovely to meet you. Oh my gosh.
So these are Grandpa's dogs. So this is the little one, which always looks very grumpy. And as a bit windswept. And this is the big dog, and we think his neck is gone. They're absolutely adorable. They're gorgeous. Yeah. Our grandpa was born in 1895, and he signed up when they had the First World War. He was in the trenches. And then in 1915, he was asked to join the Royal Flying Corps, and he was a reconnaissance pilot, so he flew over the trenches. It's very much the early days. It's very early days. So in a big way, sort of really wholesome. It was very dangerous. Oh no! All pilots used to have lucky mascots. But they on his planes. And it was a 4-week life expectancy if you're a reconnaissance pilot. So your mascots really mattered.
At the outbreak of the First World War, military aviation was in its infancy. Early aircraft couldn't bear the weight of guns or bombs, but were considered ideal for reconnaissance.
Well, I just need something to clean it up with now.
Those who took to the skies above the trenches lived a colourless existence, easy targets for the enemy below.
After the war, after the First World War, he used to wind up his mother
that's why it's sinky.
Fly, and he got to the telegraph wires near their house. And she'd stand in the garden, what would she say? Oswald, stop it! Yeah, it sounds like the stuff of the movie. And then he carried on being a pilot after the war, because he was in the Royal Flying Corps, he was a flying instructor. And then he was in the Flying Circus, and then he was in the Fleet Fighter Command in the Second World War, and the dogs came with him. They were his things that were with him all his life, and I'm sure he felt that they were part of saving his life. And they were very, very lucky for him. And so I think it's a really nice thing to respect all these people who went through so much. So I think it really matters.
Get one.
Yeah.
I'm tagging all that shit.
Okay, guys, we forgot. Jet One. I'm making a video for Jet One. I need you to give me something again because I really wanted something, but you didn't gift it me. So I want you to give me the Renegade because yeah, I want it.
No, that's it. No, you're definitely stopping now. No. Block on everything. Block. No, Teddy, that's even better. See something inside of the Teddy.
Okay, I'll wait.
They were in the smoke and the oil and everything.
What that is and how long it's been there, it's not good for his fabric. It's getting right down into the fur. 100 years, even when he wasn't on the plane, dust and bits of landing on him. I think we would definitely advise cleaning them. So we look for clean just another idea. Whatever we do, it's
nice to on that cupboard and it's in
Grandpa feel if you want you get to the staff is brisket. Let's take a smile then. Definitely. Alright. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Yeah, that's one of the three.
Grandpa was a real example of you can go through life and still be a really decent person and be kind and have a sense of humour, and I think that's a really important thing to hold on to.
Don't cut it.
No! It's so important. These cuts today.
Apologise.
Mascots, because they meant so very much to him. We owe it to him to do this.
Okay.
But I'm sure that because Terry, not one been through what they've been through. Look at that sweet little face. You must have sound fun. That's what this one, I've been looking at him. There's a little bit of damage, his wireframe starting to poke through here, so that needs to have a bit of reinforcement and repair. The major thing on this one is cleaning him. That wind tunnel look, and I think cleaning before any work's done. I would agree, and the same with this one. I mean, obviously, the most important area to repair is his neck, but yes, I agree. Let's get them cleaned before
we tackle the repairs.
Are you ready?
Yes. So this first brush is just to loosen the dust really and get away from the face, if you like.
Bell's brow.
Like this. I'm doing this really, really gently. The reason being, apart from the obvious that this is an important item, we don't know if the dirt that's been there for all these years is hiding any further damage that we can't see.
Please be Jonesy.
So we will take our time and we will do it gently. But the dust is gently lifting and so far so good.
Please be Jonesy. I'm a tiny bird man. Oh.
Meanwhile, Dom has taken apart the derby. The old metalwork has been stripped back clean and primed. And he can now hand back the suitcase, ready for summer.
It's all right, Dom. Good, thank you.
Thank you for the chair base for you. There's no horrors in there. It looks okay to me.
Where have we got to with metal?
That's all stripped, primed, ready for so we just need, Jamie was getting gold.
I'm glad you guys are together because I've got the paint. Jamie said that he wanted it to be gold. Awesome. I've got 2 bits of gold. See what you guys think in which colour we should go for. Here we go.
Sample of fabric ready. One coat.
This one isn't so bad.
It's slightly gold. Is that Oh yeah, come on. It is, isn't it? Yeah, there's depth to that.
Happy days. That's the colour. That's what we've got to paint it. So I'll give you that.
No.
Base.
Is it me?
Fabric.
Whoa. Oh, yeah. I forgot what happened to the sky. What's that bright light? Is that Stinky? Stinky! He's here!
They're going to look great there. It's going to look really nice in Jamie's future.
We have to get Stinky by turning into his shadow. And we have to scream in his face. And he will say, uh-oh, Stinky. We kill him, so we will get killed. Our respawn thing will go up in the air, and once it hits the barrier, it will explode, and we will turn into a shadow. It will just become purple. I really need
It was
to.
made in Long Eaton, which was basically for a long while the centre of the universe for
I got you. Go next to a henchman. They will kill you, and you'll be on the shadow team.
Because this is part of the
You'll become a shadow
it's
hunter.
obviously been put in there.
So what? Come on, kill me, man. You're allowed.
The next stage.
It's not the look. It's coming up in the air. It's gonna kill me.
To the wooden elements of the chair.
I'm missing an armrest.
We've got
It's been a nice wear on it. I want to keep all of that. Basically try and replicate that onto the other.
Oh my gosh. I've turned into one. We can't glide. We can only... Oh no!
And there's plenty of wood left for Don to also recreate the wooden.
God! They're coming for me. Oh no! And now they don't. They will kill me. No time. This is my XP card. I'm going out and I can go for the star.
Both surfaces have to be glued in
Never mind.
to glue once it's made contact.
I can go for this one now.
Right, once it's made contact.
It's not a window, but I could go for this one. And it's not broke. I want square.
You can see straight away, actually, that the foam starts to create this dome. And that lovely clump.
That is nice. Yeah.
This beautiful antique-looking velvet. We always make sure that, say you put the velvet on a chair, the pile runs from top to bottom and from back to front, so that when you actually sit on it and then stand up from it, you're not fighting against the pile, it's actually going with you.
That's more. These are your team. These are your team. They're not together. They're not together. They're going together. Hey, wait.
It's
I
almost
have to.
chair's curtain call.
And go inside.
Welcome another arrival. Susan Scholes from Oldham brings a fragile piece, needing the expert attention of silversmith Brenton West.
Stinky!
You must have seen his friend.
Stinky's not in the range. James, we're not playing in the game. It's Fortnite. Let's go.
So, in here.
Let's go. We're snacks in the game. Yeah. We're the same. We're snacks in the game.
You could see her and
Yeah.
Did you buy this for her or?
Yes, that's
probably Billy bought it to it sometime he was
Yeah.
in France. They married
I say, we're snacks in the game.
Going out with each other and...
Yeah.
They mean an awful lot to me.
We're snacks in the game.
And they both died then.
Yeah.
Grandmother lived
when
she died.
Susan's grandfather Ernest died just a year after,
Yeah.
leaving behind a lot
The James got is here. We're not playing in the game. This is Fortnite. What?
These little things are bent and I can't get them in.
What?
There's no actual clasp on it.
Okay. No, I'm not doing it after I'm eating. I'm not doing it when I'm eating.
Memorable things.
No.
Just means an awful lot to have that. As you can see.
And didn't know that she wore this and he gave it to her.
Exactly. Something that I'll always treasure. It means so much.
Because I want to go on my computer with eating my dinner, watching YouTube.
Best to repair it for you.
Well, that would be great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. I look back and just think about their history, what they went through. It was a very special possession. The sentimental part of it. And it means a lot to me. I'm quite excited and aware. I feel as though they're maybe they are.
Hello, girl. Oh, I'm tired.
Getting the nice locket that Sue gave me. It always means a lot to repair something that I know is important to someone. This was worn by the wife of and it's a really custodian of it at the moment.
Who's back in the game? Yeah, Fortnite. Let's go.
First up, move these bezel wires.
Who's back in the game? Yeah.
These are a little
Who's back in the game?
Straighten those up before we put them back in.
Food. Give us.
These come out quite easily because
Tasty.
grandfather was already
What happens if I turn back to normal? I'll whoa, and then I'll get to my normal voice. I'm not going back to normal. I'm staying what I am.
affectionately known as Sweetheart.
I am.
This was Olivia, and she'd have been wearing it, worrying about him in the trenches.
Hey,
She didn't know if he'd come
who's back in the game?
a simple way in those days that some people showed
I said,
each other.
who's back in the game?
And then when it was closed, they were virtually touching each other. So it's a nice thing to work on, and I can feel the memories she feels from it. Especially having taken those two photographs out. The scissor marks are still on the photograph.
World War I dog coven.
Went down my throat.
And the manuscripts that survived their festivals also appreciate nicely at the hands of Amanda and Julie.
It's nice to know that we've got all the surface dirt off. We're vacuuming, and I'm thrilled to come out without any sign of damage. I'm working on the larger dog, just using these lovely bubbles on his tail here. This job is very time consuming, and it has to be done so carefully. It depends whether she wants to go in the garden or stay at the end of the try and lift away his 100 years of dirt. So very, very gently, tiny little bit at a time. So I'm just wiping the very first bit off of his tail, and already you can see. Oh, lovely. The colour coming through. Look. It's incredible. I think the ladies can be pleased when they see them. And actually they'll see what their granddad saw when he first saw them. So it's, you know, they're getting a little insight into what he would have seen, which is lovely. Sorry. We have finished cleaning the two dogs. They've come up beautifully, absolutely beautiful. Now the final part of what we like to do in our pampering process is the scented steam bath. So we've got some nice warm water in here and a little bit of fabric softener that we're going to soften the fur, make it, put a nice shine on it again, make them all nice and fluffy. I'm really pleased with this little guy. Look at that colour. It's sort of rusty, and I have to just say, he smells a lot better. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to brush him in the direction I want him to dry, using a mohair brush, which is gently the kindest way to do it. Just going to make sure everything's going in the right direction. But as long as we keep that sort of windswept look, which we promised to do, looking absolutely adorable.
Outside, more visitors sitting down. Michael Mount and his granddaughter Maisie arrived at the commercial.
Next job.
Don't mind joining me. Hello, I'm Steve. What is it? This doesn't look like the clock I've seen. So, Steve, have you seen one of these before? Because I'm a little bit lost.
I've worked on a few of them.
Explain it to me, please, if you can.
So, once a week, you place it at the top of this inclined plane, and it takes a while to go down. It doesn't roll quickly down because there's a big weight that hangs underneath. And as this rolls round, the weight actually drives the mechanism as it rolls.
Right.
It just slides down. It's supposed to take days to get to it.
It is, yeah.
Takes
So
about half a minute.
yeah, so it's not supposed to slide down there like that, is it?
No.
So what I believe is that this has gone very hard, hasn't it? So that the ridges don't sort of dig into it. Tell me a bit about the clock and how you came about it.
Well, there were 500 made apparently by Dent. 1979, my dad bought it. From then on, sat with private place in his house, and then I acquired it from my mum when she passed on. One day, 30 years ago.
So Maisie, have you ever seen this clock working?
No, and I always see it when I go and do my homework at their house, and I would always want to see it work.
Oh, fantastic. It hasn't had any knocks or bumps at all.
You said it fell down.
Well, I do know that after my dad died, my mum tried a place on a ledge along the landing by the stairs, and I think she started doing a lot, and it did actually take them the stairs, but it's so well made that it didn't actually do any damage.
When's the last time you saw this sweater?
For years now, we just see it as an ornament until Maisie saw it, and she doesn't approve of it just being an ornament.
Exactly right. Well done. We want it to be working, don't we?
Yeah.
So, Steve, you do? Yep. Well, simple as that. It's going to be done, Mason. Yeah? Thank you for bringing it in.
I want to see what Mum's going to cook for dinner.
I'm very excited because I think he'll do a very good job and I can't wait to see it. Yeah.
You know who fixed this, right?
Oh yeah. I've worked on them before.
Okay.
And I've never worked on one that is such good quality. I don't want to do too much to it because I think if I were to polish it all up, make it clean, it's not going to be the same quality. So I'll do a bit to the dial because that's really dull. You can't really see the time.
And that's leather.
It is leather, yeah.
So if you want to get Susie involved,
Yeah, absolutely.
Has that got juice in it? Yeah, it has, and you're squeezing on the couch. Give it me.
This clock is a reproduction of a clock that was made in the 17th century. But it's not a new concept. In fact, Galileo did some experiments with inclined planes and they're making water clocks. It's the same principle, but it takes a certain amount of time to roll down an inclined plane like this.
Hiya, Ari. Spider.
He's looking for spiders, Mum.
Push it over and put some weight against it, as if it's rolling down the slope. I can hear the clock ticking, so I know there's life there, and it'll probably need a jolly good overhaul. It's the actual leather is the problem, because without the serrations being able to dig into the surface, because it's so hard, it's not going to work at all, so we need to get this sorted out.
Mum.
It's over to Steve's sister, Master Saddlemaker, Susie.
Oh my word, what have you got there?
Are you cold?
Right, I've got this inclined plane,
shoes off my furniture.
and I've got a problem with the leather with it. Those teeth
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle,
are supposed to grip onto the leather, and it just slides down.
Oh my goodness.
You see? It's just...
This is really, really sticky. I think perhaps this has been polished.
Yes.
Furniture polish, perhaps.
Can you soften it?
Yeah, definitely that, Dave.
Okay, I'll let you get on with that. Thank you very much. I'll get on with this one.
No problem.
Most of the sonnet is nearing the end of her historic renovation. A relic. The final task before reassembly is to upholster the rich space.
I'm going to finish the edge off with tack how it was originally done, and I think that's quite a nice look to have tack still on.
I am on my computer. Watch it, Mum.
But when Jamie Woods brought it into the repair shop, it was broken and threadbare, with a distinct lack of sparkle. But now he's back, hoping to see it take centre stage once again.
I'm very excited to be back and to see the chair. I've always wanted to sit in the chair ever since I was a child. It's always been in our attic, and I never liked to sit in it. So to finally be able to use it and to sit in it would just mean everything to me. So I'm excited to be back and see how it looks.
Okay, J1. So I have to wait for my dinner.
See you both. Yeah.
And you.
Do you remember what the chair was like when you bought it?
I do. It was wasn't it? Yeah, a bit rushed away.
And in pieces.
And in pieces, yeah.
You want to sit then?
Yeah, I'd love to. Are we sure?
I think you've waited long enough.
I'm very excited. Wow.
God.
How can you use the bitch?
I can't believe it's the same chair.
Tell Dad to move.
It's crazy good.
Yeah, crazy good.
Okay.
That's amazing. I don't know how you guys have done that. Wow. Can I touch it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm so impressed. Honestly. That's really sweet.
Let me drink now.
Hey boy, what you doing?
To be back to its original glory, and that's exactly what it is.
Would you like to sit in it?
I'd love to.
It's looking for spiders. Mum, spiders under the house.
It's really comfortable. Yes.
Under the
Always wanted to sit in it. We've been able to before. It's been
20 years and longing for sitting in it.
You seem speechless.
I am. It's been a long time coming. It's gone beyond what I thought it could look like. So I'm thrilled. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you both. Thanks again.
And we'll get it sent back to you.
Thank you so much. That's great.
Mum,
Thank you.
there's nothing nail it on.
Ah!
Sorry.
Fucking shut on the fucking fuck!
Expectations. So I'm thrilled. I'm so happy.
Nail it on.
I felt quite emotional seeing it for the first time. There's a lot of memories to when I was a kid.
I'm on it.
Sorry. It's a great feeling for me. The chair's seen a lot. Lots of people sat in that, and it's been through so many performances. It's a theatre and a cinema, and I get to be part of that now. So to see it.
You actually put your makeup on and got dressed like that to go Asda's.
Beyond what I ever thought it could look like. I'm thrilled.
You're going Asda's. You might as well get it off now.
You're where? I've only got my lashes on, start.
You don't like the playing, yeah?
No, I don't.
You enjoy it.
Go away.
Come on, babe. Good old days.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Stop.
No.
Out in the metal workshop, Brendan is deconstructing the antique brass lock.
I've just got to get the jewel off here, so there's some little tabs in here, which I'm flicking up, and hopefully, when they're all flicked up, the jewel will pop out of its little hole.
You old dear, but I was touching here.
Yeah, and that's the first time that's seen the light of day for 100 years, probably.
Exactly what it is.
I'm just going to straighten up
the
inside of this locket, so hopefully it will click again.
You love me. I love you.
Okay, see if that'll click now.
We're one
Oh, look at that.
family. No.
All open now, so you know the photographs will stay in there safely. I'm just going to now give it a polish. The cotton and the abrasive are basically doing what your hand would do if you had a cloth. They're doing it 1,000 times faster, which makes it a lot more effective. Okay, so that's the difference between polished and not polished. Nice to leave those little dents and scratches in it. They all have a little story to tell, and you certainly wouldn't want to take those out.
You don't?
No.
And that's raw heart?
Yeah.
You really don't hate that?
This is a swan's down mop. It's a bit of an old, worn-out one, but it's lovely. I've had it for years and years and years. When I first got it, it looked like, well, not as big as that, not as big as that. It's worn down now to that. I still love it. And they're going to put some rouge compound on that. And the rouge is the same rouge that ladies used to polish their nails with in Victorian times, and also used to do a little bit of rouge on the cheeks to give them a bit of a blush. This is giving it a final, really bright polish. It literally burnishes the surface of the brass shiny, so it really, really makes it shine.
Yeah. We'll do it.
Okay, so I'm happy now that this is polished and ready to be put back together.
You got a hair back?
Okay, so I've just got to make sure the star goes back through its little hole. Charles. I've just got to spread this
Right away!
out, boys. We get longer.
Right away!
Wow.
You've got a big mouth, you.
Start back
I know, great. Do you have any cream in it? No? Why?
That didn't work, did it?
I need your juice, baby. I need it. Where's
I forgot all about it.
There.
Shit.
Yours is over there, right?
Thank you. I'm not doing my homework yet.
No, you'll be doing it shortly because you've got school tomorrow.
No.
Sweet,
I'm hoping it's how you
take a long
Worst case scenario is head has come off completely. Yeah, as I feared. His head's completely broken from his body. So I think I'm going to introduce a new wire into the head here to give that more support and to help hold him in place.
How's that you love it? I know you know. But I can cook for you. Depends what you want.
I don't need your help for this.
Yeah, I thought you should wait for you.
I'm going to let me just get a bit of... Yeah, we're in.
What color is it?
Do you want me to straighten them up?
I know how to make my mum's cup off.
As soon as you come in, the first problem they have to look at the boys to turn around and look at that electric box. That shouldn't be connected and on the same route.
When Susie and Asher come to collect them, I know that they're naturally going to be wanting to support that head because they have been doing so for so many years. Even with no stuffing in it, so his head's still got a bit of a wobble. You can see that he's actually supporting himself. His head's in the position that it should be, so with a little bit more manoeuvring, it's going to be amazing actually. I'm really, really pleased.
Big dog has his head held high. How to get little dog back on his feet?
The main problem with this little dog was the fact that its metal frame had popped through the fabric. I'm just going to feed a little bit of K-Pop to pad out that tone. We use K-Pop because this is in keeping with the era. The next thing I need to do is put in a piece of wool felt over the metal, which will prevent that rubbing of the fabric over the top. Takes a little bit of wiggling
Pizza, pizza, yes, dinner is a pizza, yes. Jet one.
Never ceases to amaze me how much we get in here. So I'm really pleased with that.
Mum, there's a fly!
Oh my God.
Ma, bring Ari away, there's a fly.
Yeah, well, it'll eat your dinner instead.
There's a fly.
Although we're not going to
No, it will go with my dinner.
next time, I'll quite attach myself to this little guy. Meet with this one too. There they are. Oh, that's two little doggies.
When Susie and Asher brought these flying dogs into the repair shop, they were filthy, warm, and close to collapse. Now the sisters have returned to collect the lucky mascots that safely saw their grandfather off the wood through countless perilous flying missions.
I'm hoping that the fair ladies have kept their character, but they're just a bit more robust, really. And
in the kitchen, you little brat!
You can be more than you ever thought possible.
Listen,
all the Royal Marine does is change what they think is possible.
You're not quick enough for him.
Stop it!
Astra, I've given you my very own.
He won't get that if you're in the kitchen. Fine. So you get a dinner. What the fucking hell are you listening to?
Right.
Oh my God.
Lucky bloke.